So in this video we're going to be taking the application of the silicone flat mould prosthetic a little bit further, and we're going to be using these moulds here. So these are called Bondo transfers. These are made very, very similar to the silicone flat moulds, apart from, as you can see, around the edges there isn't that flashing area, and they're applied directly to the skin from the mould. The Bondo product is an adhesive, a thickened adhesive, and it can just literally stick straight onto the skin. So to start off with, I'm just going to use some of the acrylic based adhesive. I'm going to place a couple of dots onto the pieces that are in the mould, and then a couple of dots onto the model's face as well, where the pieces are going to go. I'm going to do it here. It's only a little one there. As I did with the silicone flat piece, I'm just going to wait for that adhesive to dry clear before I apply the pieces. So for these pieces, all I'm going to do is place the mould onto the area and then just gently press it and then just peel it off. Okay. Just going to push that on now. There we go. I'm just using some IPA on a brush. Being careful I've not got too much on my brush and it's dripping onto the model's, dripping down the model's face. And I'm just using this to blend out the edges of these Bondo pieces. It just dissolves the adhesive that they're made out of. Next, I'm just going to powder the Bondo pieces. Close your eyes for me. And then I'm going to use some fixing spray just to seal them. And then next I'm going to colour them with the alcohol activated makeups. I'm just going to use some of the special effects colours in different blood tones to colour the inside of the Bondo transfers. And then I'm just going to add a couple of skin tones using a toothbrush over the top. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is some wound filler and thick blood. And as before, I'm using my spatula. I'm not filling the wounds up to the top, so it's still got some depth within there. one. Just going to use my orange stipple sponge and a little bit of the wound filler just to add some blood staining around the areas. Putting on a little drip. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just take some of the wound filler and congealed blood on a black stipple sponge, and I'm just going to add a couple of scratches to the makeup. So that is an extension on applying the silicone prosthetic. We've gone and added some more wounds to the look using some more special effects techniques. And just as a final thing, if you wanted to go even further, you can start adding things into the wounds as well, depending on what the cause of the injury was. So here I have some silicone glass. It's very, very soft and flexible and very brittle as well. So I'm going to add some of this into the wounds just to finish them off. So this look can be used for bar fights, car accidents, even Halloween looks. You don't necessarily have to use all of the techniques together. You can just use one or two of them. And obviously you can add different things into the wounds as well. Obviously just make sure health and safety wise nothing's dangerous. There's going to be no sharp implements, but silicone glass is great. Little bits of grit, fake dirt, sand are also really good for putting into injuries as well.